A Christmas Karen is an absolute fever dream of a movie. It simultaneously happens to be one of the most bombastically over-the-top movies I've ever seen, while also having the vibe of a Hallmark Christmas movie, right down to the cheesy music choices and forced emotional moments that make me want to groan from irritation. But the most surprising thing about this movie is that I actually kind of enjoyed it. But before we get into it, let me get introductions out of the way. Hi everybody, I'm Misa, and I love bad movies. And not only do I love watching bad movies, but I love talking about them and getting other people to watch them because I enjoy making people watch the stupid shit that I like. Hence why I'm making this video. And before I get into this movie, happy holidays everybody! Christmas is always a time that I enjoy, since I get time off work and I can eat like a fat fuck. And I hope you're all having a good December so far. Me personally, I like watching terrible Christmas movies during December because it's a good excuse to find awful movies to watch over a glass of wine and a good old cheese board. And then I save the good stuff for Christmas Day, like Gremlins, which is a top tier Christmas movie, do not at me. And A Christmas Karen, being a low budget, quote unquote, bad Christmas movie, is no different from the others. Oh, and also, super quickly, a thank you to my amazing wine suppliers, patrons. Rob Slide and Fox. You're both awesome. Thank you so much for your support. It means a lot. I promise I am not using your money on wine. I'm using it to sustain my caffeine addiction. And trust me, if I didn't have my caffeine, I would not be able to make videos. But anyway, let's get into A Christmas Karen before I get off track. So this movie is bonkers. When looking at the premise of the movie and the fact that it's basically just A Christmas Carol, but with a Karen, it seems like something I would find at least a little bit cringe.
That's better. Make it right the first time and maybe I'll tip you. Nah.
I mean, the whole meme of Karens and the cultural impact that the term has had has produced some pretty wince-worthy videos. I've seen so many of those Karens Get Owned videos, and honestly, a lot of them just make me either really uncomfortable with how awful some of these women treat people, or they make me cringe because the situations they get themselves into are so fucking ridiculous. There was actually another movie about a Karen, called Karen, which I have yet to sit down and watch because, honestly, I don't know if I can sit through a whole movie about a Karen when I find it difficult enough to watch those short Karens Get Owned videos. And apparently, the Karen movie is a bit more serious in tone than this, considering how over the top the actions of the main antagonist are. So I feel like it would just make me really uncomfortable, especially since she's apparently a raging racist in the movie. And in all honesty, I find racial horror or movies about racism super hard to watch as a half-black girl. It just makes me feel really uneasy. Like, that kind of stuff gives me actual anxiety. This movie, however, is wacky and ridiculous, so it was actually very easy to watch, luckily. It really scratched that itch of a bad Christmas movie that I had while actually being pretty enjoyable and fun. Which is a nice change of pace considering how bland and dull most Christmas movies are. I mentioned watching these types of movies usually with wine, but that's usually because I can't get through them otherwise. This movie, though, is actually very fun to watch sober. So, what happens in A Christmas Karen? Let's find out. As always, spoiler warning for the whole movie, so if the film sounds interesting to you, then go watch it and come back. I'll give you 5 guesses as to where you can watch it. But for everybody who's still here, let's get into A Christmas Karen. So, the movie starts out with a very Karen-like scenario. A little black girl, which may seem superfluous for me to point out, but trust me, the main character is a Karen, so it's relevant, is selling hot chocolate in a suburban area.
I wish you a Merry Christmas, I wish you a Merry Christmas, I wish you...
To be fair, this singing would annoy me too. Like, I love kids, but in small doses, you know? Karen comes up to the stand and basically starts being a Karen.
You can't sell lemonade on this street.
It's hot chocolate.
What? Where's your permit?
She calls the cops on a child selling hot chocolate on her own street, right outside her own house, gets her mum in trouble somehow, and manages to make the girl leave and steal some hot chocolate. Now, the first 10 minutes of this movie is basically establishing that Karen is a Karen, with a scene of her at a coffee shop.
Yeah, you ordered a dry eggnog cappuccino, breve, heavy cream, 6-shot venti, 5 pumps sugar-free white mocha, low milk, not no milk, 4 pumps hazelnut, 6 honey, a double caramel drizzle.
Driving her car,
Oh, great. Gift to a lost soul. I'll give you this. Do your part and throw it away for me.
And at a supermarket.
Would you like to donate $1 to help save the homeless mother shelter?
That house for streetwalkers? Let it die and be done with it. Abstinence!
And the supermarket scene is one that I see floating around on TikTok, like, all the time. Honestly, I think that the coffee scene is actually way funnier than this scene, so I don't really know why the other one is trending all the time on TikTok.
Don't worry, she does this all the time. And I do this all the time. Voila.
The barista is so valid for that. I've worked as a barista in a cafe before, and I've literally done this exact thing when people act like this, and it never fails.
Well, ma'am.
Ma'am? Oh, don't you ma'am me. Don't you ma'am me.
Did she just say mammy?
Dude. Also, why is this woman wearing a very obvious wig? Is she supposed to be a stereotypical Gen Z worker or something? Why do boomers think we all dye our hair blue? This isn't 2016. And even back then, that was a ridiculously over-the-top stereotype that barely anybody actually did. But anyway, she heads home and...
Drinking juice, drinking juice.
I need this glass. Like, unironically, I need this glass. And that wine glass container for her pasta, that is iconic, I need that! Okay, maybe this is me getting a little bit grouchy in my old age, and the fact that in the UK, we don't really have Christmas carolers to the same degree as America, but I would also be a bit annoyed if a bunch of kids knocked on my door and started singing. I wouldn't be rude to them or anything, I love kids and I'd never want to make them upset, but internally, I'd be saying that I want them to fuck off. Like, Christmas for me is about having time off to eat, drink, and see family members that I wouldn't tolerate if I wasn't related to them, so having strangers try and sing at me would kind of piss me off a bit. But after having an absurd amount of her wine already, like, girl, fuck, slow down, jeez. She's visited by...
Hey, Karen.
Get off my porch, trespasser!
See, if she were a real Karen, she would have called the cops. She wouldn't have a stranger turn up at her door like that. Although, I guess the ghost lady is white, so maybe not. I actually kind of like this shot of her crawling out of the oven. The CGI isn't great, but I get legitimately creeped out by people moving in unnatural ways, like when they discontort their bodies or walk backwards. I find it so creepy, so even though it doesn't look amazing, I like what they were going for.
Spoon!
Ew. So this woman is Jackie, Karen's old boss, who is basically just as much of a Karen as she is, maybe a little bit more so, with the added addition that she also likes to break up marriages.
I was never married, but I always had a married man.
These characters are so likable, you guys.
Hey, Jackie, how about you not eat all my ice cream?
This movie has some scary-ass movie effects and jokes, but, like, not in a good way. Like, despite this movie coming out in 2022, it looks worse than a movie that came out in the early 2000s. That's a little embarrassing. I mean, it doesn't ruin my enjoyment of the movie as a whole or anything, but it's just really distracting how bad some of the effects are. I mean, it's better than something like, I don't know, The Clown Chainsaw Massacre, but most things are better than that film. But essentially, Jackie lets Karen know that she's going to be visited by 3 Christmas ghosts, and they're coming to help her not be such a Karen. And I actually kind of like Jackie's actress's performance despite how over the top it is.
Is it like just you? Mm-hmm. Oh, you never found a man.
You can really tell that she's enjoying playing this character, and it really shows in her acting. So, Karen sleeps with a pretty racist book in her arms, because of course she does, when the goat appears.
Just attack me! Get it over with!
Oh, no, girl. Ain't nothing gonna be climbing up into that. None of this glory is going anywhere near that hole.
This absolute diva is the ghost of Christmas Past, also known as Gary. And he is the best ghost, in my opinion. Having a Karen interact with a black, obviously gay ghost makes for some pretty hilarious moments, I have to say.
Just touch my hand. What? Never touch the hand of someone like me?
No, it's not that. It's just you've been out there with all those other spirits. And when was the last time you washed your hands?
Just touch my hand!
We travel back through Karen's past and basically find out that she turned out the way that she did because she was a latchkey kid, and she was neglected by her parents.
I'm Karen.
Hi.
Would you like to come in and join us for tea?
Her past self would have been kidnapped so fucking quick, Jesus Christ.
You're that lady gave me 0 stars? Then you call my manager to complain so you can get a free ride.
That's the one. Free ride, baby. And she told your manager you should go back to your country.
Oh, hell no!
I don't know what's more racist here, the fact that Karen said that to him, or the fact that this actor is obviously putting on an accent. We also get to see her when she's a young adult working at a bar called The Fizzy Pig, which, side note, is a fucking disgusting name for a bar. We find out that the reason she's racist is because she lost a dance-off to a black girl. And, dude, I'm sorry, but really? One black girl beats you at something and now you want all POC to go back to their country? Like, bro. Like, let's be honest, you didn't have a fucking chance to begin with.
Never mind, just let me finish. Can you just get off?
Easy. You're like riding a bull.
Let me finish.
Okay, hold on tight, or you know what will happen.
I will, but it's kind of hard to do that and reach around for myself.
That scene was a little forced. Pun intended. We also find out that she has a gay brother, who she threw under the bus at her old workplace when she worked under Jackie.
What are you talking about? It's just...
Don't embarrass me, Todd. I have been tolerating you being queer since you were 8 years old. And now you're only defending this fairy because you...
Wow!
We're supposed to be rooting for this woman, right? Also, side note that his crush is so fine. God damn. The next ghost that we meet is Joy, the ghost of Christmas Present. She's... okay, I guess. I mean, as a ghost, she serves her purpose in the story, and she does have some pretty funny moments.
Entitled? Arrogant? What have I ever said that is entitled or arrogant?
Can I see your manager? Do you know how much money I spend at this place every week? You're in America! Speak English! Go back to where you came from!
But after Gary, I think she's just not as funny in comparison. But I still like her character enough. And I love her outfit as well, it's cute as fuck.
Hey, that's my robe.
I know, right? Thank you for the present. Do you get it? Do you see what I did there?
I don't know why she ended up being British though, other than the fact that the actress was British, but I mean, she could have done an American accent. Because trust me when I say, even though she is the most joyous ghost out of every ghost in the movie, this does not represent Britain, especially at Christmas. Us Brits are miserable bastards. The only reason why most of us even like Christmas is because it's an excuse to go to the pub. Joy aims to show Karen how her current actions are affecting the people around her, and she starts with the black family that she fucked with in the beginning of the movie. The little girl, Nia, apparently has leukemia, and she was selling hot chocolate at the beginning of the film to help her parents get some money, since they're struggling to pay for her treatment. And as somebody who lives in the UK and has had people in her life who have had cancer, people close to me, I have to say, the US is a fucking hellscape, man. Jesus Christ. You guys have to pay for cancer treatment. You have to pay with your own money to get treatment for cancer? Like, fuck. I always forget how fucked up the American healthcare system is until I watch stuff about it in movies or TV shows. Like, I know the NHS has its issues, right? But if I ever get cancer, the last thing I'm going to be worrying about is how much my treatment is going to cost, because I'm already paying for that in my taxes.
Oh, honey, that is not going to happen, and I don't think that's what Miss Karen meant.
Did she just say bitch? Dog.
Dude, you are a bitch. Why are you shocked? So, in all seriousness, something about this movie that I really do like is the message of it. It's a corny message that you would think people wouldn't need to learn in this day and age. That you don't know what people are going through, and to treat people how you would want to be treated. But there's a reason that the main character is a Karen specifically. In the year of our Lord 2025, there are people out there who are regularly caught on camera being absolute menaces, who don't care about getting their neighbors in trouble with the authorities unjustly, who go out of their way to get service workers fired because they didn't get a free item on demand, who see a person of color and scream racial slurs at them while crying about freedom of speech and being shocked when they aren't exempt from consequences for their words. It's pretty fucked. And these people are usually heartless fucks, and honestly, if all of them could go through a Christmas Karen experience, and really have to look at themselves, I think that at least most of them would benefit from it. I like the fact that this movie keeps a similar message from the original A Christmas Carol story, but it just adapts it to the modern day. Because seriously, some people really need to learn this message, just don't be a fucking dick to people for no reason. But enough of the serious stuff. We also get to see her brother and his boyfriend Michael from earlier. And they don't really like Karen either.
To me sister Karen, not quite a nun if you're comparing. More like the Grinch, you can't stop staring. A real hot mess.
And let's hope that she's barren.
She's acting like she doesn't deserve this treatment, but she literally cut her brother off for being gay and got him fired for standing up for himself. He's not gonna be your biggest fan, love. We also get to see Nia's dad at his job since he works for a charity, and Joy gives him a little mini miracle to help him out.
He just broke into that donation box.
He did?
He's stealing those gifts.
Karen, if a father of a kid with leukemia who can't afford to buy her Christmas presents because her cancer treatment is so expensive isn't the target for a charity gift box, I don't know who the fuck is, really. So Joy GTFOs and we're left with our last ghost. My adorable little tall-ass goth twink, Damon.
Hi, Karen, right? I'm Damon. I'm the ghost of future
Damon is the ghost of Christmas future, and he is such a cutie patootie. Don't worry, Damon. I'd take you to a Bad Omens gig and I would protect you from the mosh pits.
There were Mexicans in my living room!
Actually, they're Puerto Rican. It's like not the same thing at all, by the way.
Your void isn't working. It just allowed enough time for a home invasion.
She is still being racist? Seriously? There's this really lengthy segment where we see that Nia has unfortunately passed away due to her illness. And then Karen overhears a bunch of people talking badly about someone who's recently died and assumes that it's Nia. These people, who don't even know Nia, but also have some kind of relationship with Karen, who are saying things like this.
It's gonna be a cheap funeral, because I don't know anybody that would want to go to it.
I'm sure she's got little friends.
I'd go if I knew they were feeding us.
Karen assumes that they're talking about a child that they don't know. Girl, are you dumb? Obviously, we find out that Karen also died, and she freaks the fuck out.
Okay, who put me in a tracksuit?
And as we can all expect, basically nobody turns up to her funeral, and she dies alone. So, obviously, because of the type of story this is, she wakes up from all of this, realizes what she experienced last night actually did happen, because the ghosts left trails of them being in her house, and she decides to change her ways.
Oh, sweet white Jesus! Just kidding.
Okay. And then there proceeds a musical sequence with everyone in the store that she was being a fucking pest to earlier dancing with her and being nice to her. And I have to ask, did they not remember how much of a cunt she was being the other day? Like, one of the customers literally bought one of her wine bottles to get her to fuck off because she was being so annoying.
Oh my God, I will pay for one of her bottles of wine if she'll just get the hell out of here.
But whatever, it's a dumb Christmas movie. She decides to give Nia's family loads of expensive collectibles she has so that they can sell them to help pay for Nia's treatment. Editing Misa here is very early in the morning, so I'm sorry about my voice. She also makes up with her gay brother, and they now have a relationship, but when I was scripting this, I completely forgot about that. As well as buying Nia a skateboard, which she mentioned that she wanted earlier.
Anywho, I heard Mia wanted a skateboard. I think I heard it from Santa Claus or something, so I searched high and low, and I found her this bad boy.
Wow!
And that's A Christmas Karen! Shockingly, I actually really enjoyed this movie quite a bit. When I first watched it, I was expecting nothing but references to famous Karen videos that have gone viral over the last few years. And as much as the scenes of Karen being a Karen were a little, dare I say, cringe, I actually found the movie as a whole to be fun and entertaining. I like the fact that the movie bothered to have a genuine message and was basically telling all Karens to stop being such cunts to people. I also think that the acting wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. With movies like this, you expect disaster movie level performances, but I didn't mind the acting. It wasn't Oscar worthy, but it was passable. And Jamie Michelle Sims, who plays Karen, is actually pretty decent in her role. Overall, I really like this one, and I can't really point out any glaring issues with it. Except maybe the effects. They're not that great, but I'm assuming the budget for this movie wasn't that high, so I almost can't blame it for that. The movie is not amazing by any means, but it's entertaining, and that's all I can really ask for a movie called A Christmas Karen. I think this wouldn't be a bad Christmas watch if you don't mind something a little more low budget. In terms of ranking, I'm going to be putting it in, surprisingly, the lower end of So Bad It's Good. I watched this with a coffee, completely sober, and I had a good time with it, so I don't think it's bad enough to go in drunk and fun. I mean, that's here specifically for movies that I think I could only watch drunk. But I wouldn't say it's not a bad movie like Popeye the Slayer Man, so I figure So Bad It's Good seems pretty appropriate. It was actually refreshing to watch a movie that didn't make me want to go on my phone through most of it, and hopefully my next video will be as positive as this one. We shall see. So if you disagree with my ranking for whatever reason, then you can let me know in the comments, or you can tweet at me. The links to my Twitter/X and Blue Sky accounts, as well as my Letterboxd, are in the description. And for generous people who would like to support me making these videos, my Ko-Fi and my Patreon are also in the description. If you join the Patreon, you'll receive early access to videos, my artwork, and monthly commissions by yours truly. Similar to these examples that I'm showing on screen now. So if that interests you, or you like the look of my art styles and you can become a member, or if you message me on Twitter or Blue Sky, I do commission separately from my Patreon. So let me know. I'd be super duper appreciative if you did. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and unfortunately this is going to be my last video of 2025. The Christmas period is super busy for me and I won't have much time to do video stuff until January. So I shall see you guys in the new year. Have a great Christmas and a wonderful New Year's Eve. Have a drink on me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!